Welcome. Today I'm going to explain in detail everything you need to know about one of the most unique units of the game. That would be the hero, and hopefully you take something from this video that you can implement in your playstyle on your next Travian Kingdoms adventure. In case you don't know me, I'm Violence and I've had my fair share of Travian servers. I've been playing the game on and off since 2007 and, more recently, when I was attempting to do some Travian Kingdoms challenges for the channel, the more I played, the more I realized I could actually contribute to the community by sharing the knowledge of the game that I've acquired until now. This will help new players and will make Kingdoms leadership life easier because this series will be like a FAQ on video format, and hopefully I can teach someone something useful to make their Travian Kingdoms experience less bumpy. My experience comes mainly as a free-to-play player, and speed servers are my go-to, so some data might not be as accurate for normal servers. This is the biggest army I was able to pull off as a free-to-play player that I have record off. It is not the biggest, but it sure is not the smallest I've seen. The server in question was a speed birthday bash, so I put the free gold from the community challenges to good use. Anyway, as you all noticed by now, as soon as you start a server, you become the hero yourself. He or she is what gives life to your avatar, and you can customize it to look like the badass that you are, or not. Giggles. What you might not know is that when attacking or defending, your hero HP is not taken into consideration. What I mean is, if your hero is at 1 HP or 100 HP, he or she will kill the number of units it can, and, depending on the offensive or defensive power of the enemy, the hero survives or faints. So yeah, if your hero HP is low, ideally you will want to get some XP before he goes to Valhalla. A great option is to send your hero to an enemy village to try to kill something. Keep in mind that Gauls can have traps, so, best case scenario, the target is a Teuton with clubs waiting for you at home. You can send a single unit, like a Phalanx, Legionnaire, or Club, to scout for Gaul traps in case you chose one for your target. It's up to you. You can also target an oasis with some animals or an enemy kingdom oasis. This is not always the case, but usually you get the most out of it if a wood oasis is assigned to a nearby lazy Teuton enemy. Keep in mind that if the enemy is active enough, he can dodge, and you'll have your hero making a lot of cardio and not fainting anytime soon. Oasis can also be targeted by other players, and you can also find no animals when you get there, but usually they are more reliable. Also take into consideration Oasis defense bonus when targeting them. If the enemy dodges, you'll lose your hero, and at most you prevent them to get extra resources from the Oasis for a limited amount of time. On the other hand, if you have robber hideouts available, run the simulations to see which version of your hero kills the most units. New concept here for some. What I mean by hero version is, do you have your horse equipped? If yes, your hero is a cavalry unit. If not, it is an infantry unit. The robber hideout option is usually more reliable early game when their troop numbers are not huge. You can also get a bunch of scouts or clubs, so regardless of the stage of the game, run the sims and choose your next steps with the info you gather from them. Keep in mind that if hero health is very low, you will lose your hero attacking with your troops anyway, so what you can do is to send the hero alone to try to soften up the hideout. Revive it and send him in with your army to clear the hideout. This way you'll have less casualties and save resources, training time, and units. Sometimes you'll knock out too few units, so you adapt accordingly to whatever stage of the game you're at or the hideout army composition itself. Run the sims and make sure you get some XP points while you temporarily lose your hero. Like with any other unit, you can attack, defend, reinforce other players, oasis, whatever, with your hero. Now, regardless of how big your hero beard is, how fancy are the earrings she is wearing, be it full of HP or running low on it, there are even more things that make the hero unit unique. Unlike other units, your hero can change what is known as its hometown. This is done by sending your hero as a reinforcement to the village you want to make as his or her new home, and this is important. You need to check the option, change hero hometown. Send the hero, and when he gets to the destination village, he'll become usable from that village. If you send him as a regular reinforcement, the hero bonus won't take effect in the destination village. They will remain active at the hero hometown, which is the village you sent the hero from, and you won't be able to control the hero from the reinforced village. Whenever you need to change your hero hometown, just repeat the process and don't forget to check the change hero hometown box. Another unique thing about your hero is that he has the ability to go on adventures, and he will find you items, resources, silver, and sometimes nothing. This is if you have adventure points available. The adventure points are freely generated throughout the round, and as the game progresses, they will take longer to be generated. There are some quests that reward you adventure points. Since some items that you find on adventures are sold at high prices on the auction house, a lot of players save adventure adventure points for new tier items. New tier items are like an improved version of the items you find at the beginning of the round. Some items like cages and ointments stay the same until endgame. Usually tier 2 items become available at day 14 and tier 3 items at day 27 of the server. These are speed server references. Usually when a new server is announced on the forum, the release dates for stronger hero items are also mentioned. Anyway, there are two types of adventures, the short ones and the long ones. Short adventures cost you 1 adventure point and take around 10 minutes to complete. This will give you a single item drop or none. Long adventures cost you 2 adventure points and take around 1 hour to be completed and can give you up to 2 drops. Both types cost you hero life and give you XP. Short ones take less HP and give less XP, longer ones the other way around. You can find similar items in both. There are some players that vouch for long adventures. To be honest, regarding item drops, I haven't found any noticeable difference between both, so my go-to are short adventures since I like to have hero ready if I need it, and shorter version means having my hero around sooner. As the hero gains XP, he or she will level up, and with each additional level you'll get 4 points that will allow for another layer of customization. Meet the 4 different bonus your hero can provide: fighting strength, attack bonus, defense bonus, and resources. In order to max out each one of the bonuses, it will require 100 points or 25 levels, so you'll need a level 100 hero to have all bonuses maxed out. Factors like game style, your activity, and item usage will determine how fast you can get your hero to level 100. From 100 onwards, you can still level up your hero through experience as before, but you won't get additional points to spend on bonus. Adventure points are still generated after level 100, but in the current game version that's pretty much it. Until level 10, both attack and defense bonuses are locked, so you'll be able to increase only your hero fighting strength or resources until you reach level 10. Fighting strength is the hero attack and defense power. Let's say your hero has 100 fighting strength. This means that he has 100 defense points versus infantry and 100 defense points versus cavalry. From an attacking perspective, like I said before, if the hero is mounted on a horse, he will count as a cavalry unit, otherwise he will count as infantry, and in this example, he will have 100 attack power with or without horse. Like I mentioned, attack and defense bonus are only available after your hero reaches level 10, and it kinda makes sense, since it is only worth investing in such bonus after you have at least 2,000 units. Allow me to explain. Imagine a Teuton has 25 points to increase hero bonuses. He has 1,000 clubs. If he chooses to spend all 25 points in attack bonus, he will have a total of 42,320 attack power. Now, if he chooses to invest the 25 points in fighting strength, the total is exactly the same, 42,320. Considering you also do adventures, the fighting strength investment is better, at least compared to the attack bonus. You'll have a rough time keeping your hero alive unless you pay for ointments and buckets. Even if you equip your hero, he will still lose a good amount of health when attacking or doing adventures. So, by focusing on fighting strength early on, you avoid such expensive endeavors. When we double the number of clubs, the difference starts to show up. 2,000 clubs with the same 5% attack bonus yield 84,320 offensive power. 82320 offensive power is what you get with full fighting strength investment. So, there's a 2,000 total attack power difference, which roughly translates to 50 clubs. It might not look amazing, but the more troops you have, the greater the bonus effect, so a good rule of thumb is to invest on attack or defense bonus after 2,000 units. Ideally, if you have the gold to spare, you can buy books and shuffle between fighting strength and attack or defense bonus, and eventually resources when hero is AFK. Same logic applies in case you are a defensive player. The more units, the more valuable the bonus becomes. Speaking from my experience as a free-to-play player, you'll want to have a decent amount of points invested in fighting strength. You are not only attacking or defending, you'll also be doing adventures, and they eat a good chunk of your hero health in case you don't invest in fighting strength or hero equipment. If you do buy items and equipment, then the resource investment is a must, since it is a huge boost for your development early game. If you want to save adventure points for tier 2, consider keeping the book you get in the first 10 adventures and go full resources. When in this route, you should prioritize keeping your hero alive, because the point of investing in resources is to have your hero boosting up your hourly resource production, so having him feasting in Valhalla is not optimal. Also from experience, if you go full fighting strength, you'll have an easier time leveling up your hero, therefore you'll get all the bonuses faster. This works really well with an offensive playstyle, but you should consider your plan and play in a way that supports it. Before diving into items, there are two more important topics that that need to be discussed. First one is the tribe-specific bonus. That's right, depending on the tribe you are playing you'll get a different perk. Romans get a stronger hero. For each point invested in fighting strength you'll get 20% more strength. This means that for each point you invest in fighting strength you'll increase 100 to your hero's power. For Teutons and Gauls 1 point translates to 80 power. Since Teutons are broken, at least in my opinion, the perk of their hero is the worst. A Teuton hero grants an extra 20% off resources from crannies to all units attacking with hero. In previous Travian versions, this was a tribe bonus. Now it has become a hero perk. Shame. Let's make a quick and simple example. Imagine an enemy player has 2000 storage, as in warehouse and granary capacity. He also has 2000 cranny capacity. This means that if you attack him, even if his storage is full, you can't loot a single resource since the cranny covers them. Well, that is where the Teuton hero perk comes in. When attacking with hero you'll be able to get 20% of 2000 times 4, meaning you could steal up to 1600 resources. This perk doesn't give your hero carrying capacity, you still need to attack with other units in order to get the loot. Like I said, Gaul hero, when mounted will have an extra 5 fields per hour speed. This perk makes the Gaul hero the fastest unit in the game alongside the Theutate's Thunders. This allows for some lightning fast attacks. Gotta go fast. As per hero revival time, it is equal for every level and every tribe. Revival cost is unique for each tribe, and in case you can't afford your hero revival cost, you should know that the revival cost will reduce 20% per waiting day up to a maximum of 80%. So, the more you wait, the cheaper the revival will be. Like I said, the cost will be reduced up to 80%, so that means that after 4 days of waiting, the cost won't go any lower. It goes without saying that you should revive your hero as soon as possible, since it is your best unit. It is, so it makes sense to have him breathing. But in case you're struggling, you know the cost will gradually reduce for a 4-day period. As per the maximum and minimum revival cost per hero level, you can check this yourself. I'll leave the link to it down below. In the description of the video, you just need to select the tribe and you're good to go. As per items, there are 6 different categories of them: right and left hand, helmets, armor, boots, and mounts. Right hand items are reserved for weapons, and there are a few things you should know about hero weapons and how they work. Each weapon will give a certain amount of fighting strength to the hero as well as increase the attack and defense points of one type of unit. The way the extra attack and defense the chosen unit receives has some nuances to it. If you are attacking, only the units that are attacking with your hero benefit from the hero weapon buff, meaning that if you have 1000 clubs plus hero with tier club 1 weapon in one village and 1000 clubs in another village, only the clubs from the first village, and when attacking or defending with the hero, will receive the 3 attack and defense points from the weapon. You should always pick the weapon of the unit with the most crop consumption in your army. This will be the most efficient way to take advantage of the extra attack points the weapon gives. The hero bonus attack perk is applied after the extra attack point of the weapon was added. Now, to illustrate the crop consumption factor, let's say you have 1000 clubs and 500 Teutonic Knights. If you equip your hero with the club tier 1 weapon, you have a total of 43,000 infantry attack power and 75,000 cavalry attack power, which combined give you a total of 118,000 attack power. If on the other hand, with the same army composition you equip the Teutonic Knight tier 1 weapon, you'll have 40,000 infantry attack with 79,500 cavalry attack, which gives a total of 119,500. As you know, clubs take 1 crop to feed and Teutonic Knights 3 crop, therefore your army is eating 1000 crop from clubs and 1500 crop from Teutonic Knights. Next time you're wondering which weapon to pick for your hero, always go with the weapon that matches your highest crop demanding unit. Now, defending is where things get interesting. No matter if the units were trained in the hero hometown village or not, when defending next to a hero with a weapon that boosts them, they will get boosted. This bonus is extended for whatever units that are defending. Imagine a wonder of the world. Imagine you play Gaul and defensive. You don't have a phalanx tier 3 weapon? Worry not. If one hero defending at the wonder of the world has a phalanx tier 3 weapon, that single hero will boost all the phalanx at that WW. You're still a defensive Gaul. Your kingdom lacks tier 3 spear weapon, but you were able to get one at the auction house? Equip your hero with that weapon, and as long as the hero is defending the WW, he will boost all the spears defending there with his weapon. I hope this made things clear regarding hero weapon use. Left hand items, I'd say the most useful one is the Natarian horn, since it is useful for both defensive and offensive players, since both type of players will benefit from the extra attack bonus versus robber hideouts, camps, and oasis. Maps can be useful for offensive players since it will allow them to hit more often with the reduced returning travel time. The reduced traveling time will only apply to the troops returning with the hero. Standard is a must for defensive players, of course. You'll only be a good defensive player if you can reach to the death call, and the speed boost the standard gives you will more often than not make the difference between reaching the death call in time or not. Keep in mind that, like the map, standard affects only the troops that are traveling with the hero. Units from the hero hometown village not traveling with him are not affected. As a defensive player, you should have what we call an anvil village, and this should be your hero hometown village. An anvil is a big army with both infantry and cavalry defensive units. A Gaul one would be phalanx plus druid riders or phalanx plus Hajuans, so your anvil village would be the village where you have your hero with your great army. This will be a great asset to your kingdom. If more defensive players have such armies, it will be easier to defend more targets on short notice and more effectively. Assuming your hero has made the death call in time, the shield is also a solid option, and if you are not attacking oasis or robbers and you're not counting on the army to return home, you might as well give the shield to your hero. Every attack point counts on those situations. If the enemy fakes properly, Spyglass is kind of useless, because for each tier, there is a minimum amount of units that you can send in order for the fake to be undetected. Nevertheless, the existence of this item alone forces the enemy to go 1 unit above Spyglass plus rally point to properly fake. When fully upgraded, tier 1 Spyglass requires the enemy to attack with at least 32 units, tier 2, 37 units, and tier 3, 45 units for you not to tell if it is a fake attack or not. This are the minimum number of units required for each hero item tier in order to fake properly. For those new to the game, a fake attack is a diversion maneuver. It is a type of attack used to hide your real target. Imagine you want to attack a player who has 5 villages. You send 4 fakes of 45 units to 4 of his villages and 1 real attack landing at a similar time. This makes it harder for the enemy to choose which village to defend, therefore you trade the cost of those units for a better chance of having your real attack succeeding. As plenty of historic generals said, divide and conquer. When under attack, if you have rally point level 1 and enemy sends only 1 unit, you won't be able to identify if the attack is fake or not. Consider the same attack, but now you have level 2 rally point. You'll be able to identify the unit and tell that it is a fake because of the question mark sign in the attacking troop field. Lastly, and probably the least useful item at the time of this video making, the pouch of the thief. Remember the Teuton hero perk explanation? Well, this item makes your hero a Teuton hero if you're playing Roman or Gaul. In case you're a Teuton, the bonus stacks on top of the 20% you already have. Like I said, not that useful. As per helmets, the best for defensive players is the culture point 1. Assuming you are going to settle like a maniac and you'll spam defense from a lot of villages. For offensive players, you'll want to go for a reduced training time 1 for sure. Keep in mind that defensive players are better off with the culture point 1 because only the hero hometown village is affected by that bonus, and the hero needs to be alive for the bonus to be active, so it is way more efficient to go for more villages, therefore more barracks and stables. That's how they reduce the army training time. This is not valid for every situation. If you have less time, or you are a casual player, you won't need CP, therefore training time reducing helmet can and should be used. As per the regeneration helmet, in my opinion, is not needed since you have armors that don't steal training time or CP generation, and give your hero health anyway. Considering attacks, defenses, adventures, and whatnot of all the armors, the scale variant is considered the optimal armor for the whole round. There are exceptions to the rule. If you are hitting a treasury, the breastplate variant maximizes your attack power, so that small increase is better than health regeneration and reduced damage points. You get the idea. Boots are very situational. Do you want to go fast or increase your XP gains? You have a nasty defensive force at home and want to bait attacks with chicken boots? Here it really depends on what you're going for, be it speed, experience, or deceitfulness. You should adapt to the goal that suits you better. Just a note on chicken boots, unlike in Travian Legends, where you could time your attack to deal with the evasion dodge, here you can't catch units that are evading with hero even if you time your attack. Hero will dodge always. Also, the hero will always take with him the most expensive units in the village. If you have 1,000 clubs, 250 Teutonic knights, 50 rams and 3 settlers at home, and your hero has chicken boots that allow for 250 units to evade, he will take with him 3 settlers, 50 rams and 197 Teutonic knights. Finally, Finally, you have your hero loyal companion, its horse. The horse increases hero's speed and converts it into a cavalry unit. The higher the tier, the faster your hero goes. This increases only the hero's speed. Now let's talk about the consumables. Some have a use clause limitation, others you can use as many times as you want. I think we all know that the ones with the limitation are the most broken ones, right? Spot on. So artworks are items that when used, they will give you extra culture points until a 2000 times speed of the round limit and can only be used once per day. The amount of culture points they give is equal to the total that your account is producing. This means that for speed servers you can get up to 6000 culture points per day from artworks. Water buckets can revive your hero from fainting instantly and for free. You can also only use this item once per day. Scrolls are like steroids and they will grant you hero experience without the need for battle or adventures. You are limited by a single level up per day. Finally, the last item from the clause limitation list are ointments. You can use up to a maximum of 100 per day and each ointment gives your hero 1 HP. The Book of Wisdom can be used as many times as you want and they will allow you to redistribute your hero points between the different bonuses. If you are done for the day and you have all hero points in fighting strength, you can use a book to reinvest the points in resources since your hero will be AFK like you. Small bandages and bandages are probably the most useful item if you are building a world wonder killer or a rammer. When you equip your hero with this items, the defeated units will be healed and will return to your village in 24 hours, meaning you save training time and resources. Small bandages can heal up to 25% units and bandages heal up to 33% units. This means that for every 100 lost units, if you have 25 small bandages equipped, you'll get 25 units back. If you have 33 bandages, you'll recover 33 units. The last item are cages and they allow your hero to catch animals at Oasis. Animals give you passive defense without costing you crop. This means that if you are an aggressive player without friends, you can get a few animals on your village to help defending. This is usually free experience points for the enemy though. If you are serious about this, you need to commit to have a decent amount of pets. It's totally up to you. With all of this said and done, you have a good idea on how to optimize your hero and what items you should use depending on your playstyle. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions regarding to this video's topic, type them below. I'll reply whenever I can. If you have questions regarding other topics, you can also type them below. I can address them in a different video. If you're interested in this type of content, go check out my other videos. If you found this one helpful, I'm sure you can learn something from the others. In case you don't want to miss out on new videos, consider subscribing to the channel and turning on the notification bell. Until the next time, violence out.